When you go to a gallery, do you feel disappointed? Do you feel as though nothing you see ever fulfills your expectations? Or do you go in without expectations and therefore everything exceeds them? There's no right or wrong answer, it's just for me, it's always disappointment. Everything I see lacks something. Everything is what it could be, but not quite. I have been to every gallery, from New York to Paris to London to Rome. And everywhere I go, I see the same. Portraits, self-portraits, landscapes, family, history, battles, different shapes and different colours, yes, but the same essence. I always leave just wishing I had seen more. Wishing I had seen greatness. And the greatest piece of art in the world, what would that be? It would have to be something that transcends time and space. Something that captures the full spectrum of emotions, from the highest highs of ecstasy to the deepest, darkest depths of despair. And its size, what of it? Would it be monumental in scale, dominating its surrounding areas, demanding attention, or would it be tiny and fragile? Tiny and fragile and delicate as a robin's breath. Who knows? Now, of course, with greatness comes great risk. Not all people can understand all greatness. I know this. I know there are those who will see it and they'll judge me for it. They'll say I'm crazy, they'll say I'm stupid, they'll say that I don't know what I'm doing, but they don't know what it's like. They don't know what it's like to have a burning need to create, to construct, to breathe life into the lifeless. You see, this painting is a part of me. And in many ways a part of you. Maybe one day it will be seen, maybe one day it will be loved, but for now, it sits there, unseen by all, but you and I. Today is my artist's birthday. The day I graduated from the Academy of Arts. A 100-year-old institution, crumbling and cracking, but standing firm, unrelenting. They teach you a new way of thinking, a new vision, whereby painting is that which you feed on. You breathe it in, filling your lungs, and then rushing back out again. It is all you become. Without it, you are nothing. You are a shadow of what you once were. I learned that if I do not paint, I'm not a painter. And if I'm not a painter, I am nothing. I am meaningless. I am a bottomless, colourless void. I spent hours and hours hunched over my canvas with my tutors scrutinising every brushstroke, every line, every colour choice, every little dabble. And I soon came to understand the value of their teaching. They were not trying to stifle my creativity, but rather guide and shape it. By teaching me the rules of art so that one day I could break them. I could revolutionise the concept of art itself. Since then, I have produced work after work after work after work after work, doing nothing, absolutely nothing, painting. 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Now, of course, there are times when I feel bored, uninspired, drained, but I push through these doubts and fatigues because I know that with every line, every brushstroke, every colour choice, every little dabble brings me one step closer to greatness. And what do I have to show for it so far? Autumn landscapes, macabre portraits, shit, 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 and more shit. Shit that anyone could do. Shit that a blind man with stumps for hands is probably capable of. And you want to know the worst bit? The worst part is them. All of them out there. The clients, the experts, the connoisseurs, who wouldn't know true art if they picked up a splintered cricket bat and whacked them across the jaw with it. You see, they look at my work and they nod. They nod. They nod. They say things like, bold, innovative, interesting. I shake their hands as they congratulate me on yet another truly wondrous achievement. But they don't understand what it takes to create something truly, truly meaningful. And I don't resent them for that, no, I resent them. I resent them for their amateur, uneducated perception of art, parading as expertise. You see, they go to a few art galleries, a few auctions, and suddenly, they are the authority on perfection. Well, it isn't perfection. No, it doesn't even breathe down the neck of perfection. And if they had a glimmer, even a slither of understanding, then they would know that. Because it's regurgitation. That's all it is. It is seeing what's popular, chewing it all up, and then just spitting it back out again to the empty canvas. It is the same thing, just in a different form. Anyway, it works. Make no mistake, it works. God, it gets the admiration, the reputation, and the money. Oh, the money. The money. The amount that these people will pay for my work is astronomical. Astronomical. I mean, it obviously goes back into research and materials, and the cycle goes on and on and on. A turning machine, mass-producing commercial waste. commercial waste. I sometimes wonder whether this is all worth it, or whether it's leading me down a dead-end road of isolation, loneliness, and death. I'm tired. I'm really tired. I haven't slept for more than an hour in weeks. And I haven't eaten in 3 days. But then I think about the greats. Raphael, Michelangelo, Turner. You see, they all had their moments of doubts and self-loathings, but they pushed through. They pushed through, and now their work is immortal. But the time of classicism, neoclassicism, romanticism, impressionism, it's all over. It is done. We need something new. And I know I can find it. I know I can find what the world needs. Something fresh, something vibrant, something that will change the way we see art. And I won't stop until I create it. I will not stop until my fingers bleed, until I go blind, until my mind is full of nothing but colour and form and beauty. Because that is what it takes, see, to create something truly great. To create something that will stand the test of time. George and I have a vision of a masterpiece that will change the way we see art. Oh, sorry, George Harrington, fellow Academy graduate, tall, lean now, broad shoulders, hissing blue eyes, with an excellently defined jawline, slightly tousled brown hair, with a slightly crooked nose. The crooked nose is from a fight with an Irish student, actually, over whether Rembrandt created 40 self-portraits or 42. For reference, it's 40. George is right. He's always bloody right. Anyway, the thing about George is he's always so full of life. He has this way of capturing life that is just red. And he never stops experimenting. No, he never stops pushing the boundaries. He's a true artist in every sense of the word. The thing about George is that he stopped painting. George became a doctor. You see, that is why I never stop painting, is why I never stop striving for greatness, is why I never stop pushing myself. Because if I stop, even for a moment, I may never start again. I can never fall out of love with art. I never loved it to begin with. I mean, do you love breathing? Do you love having emotions? Do you love being tired? No, it's something that you do. And it's something that you can't choose not to do. You see, that is what makes George such an interesting figure to me. It's as if he made a choice, a conscious decision to leave behind something that he loved so deeply. We're lucky I came along when I did, I suppose, otherwise, what have we been? He visits me frequently, George. I last saw him not 2 weeks back. We usually just sit, have a drink, talk. He asks how I'm doing, and he tells me stories about his week in the clinic. And then he asks about my latest projects. I tell him how they're going. And he always offers to give them a look, give me some feedback. And I usually take him up on the offer, but this particular work is not yet complete. We talk some more. Sometimes about the Derby. My money's on Lord Luck, his on Queen Victoria. And then he's on his way. A mutually beneficial encounter for everyone involved, every time. Except last time. Last time was different. He was different. If I remember correctly, he was stood there. No, sorry, here. Yes, he was stood here. I remember now, clearly, perfectly, frozen in time. He was stood just there, pointing at the painting, frowning with a slight smirk. Is it illustrious? He says. I hesitate, unsure of what to say, because the truth is, I don't know. I don't know if it ever will be.
You look troubled. What's on your mind?
He says, his voice echoes through the room. I just don't know, I say. He then starts to move towards the easel.
Let me have a look. Okay.
I put my arm across, my hand hitting his chest. He stops. He looks at me, but says nothing. It doesn't want to be seen, I say. He looks confused. What do you mean?
What do you mean it doesn't want? How can it want or not want anything?
Just leave it alone, I say, in a slightly firmer tone than before.
Come on, don't be silly. Let's finally see this project of yours.
Just stop! Leave it alone.
Look, stop this nonsense. What's going on?
What's going on? What do you mean, what's going on? Knowing full well what he means.
I'm worried about you. We're all worried about you.
Worried? Worried why?
You're too obsessed with whatever this is. It's going to be fine. You aren't sleeping. You aren't eating. You have your clothing store all hours of the day. You're drowning yourself in your work.
He doesn't understand. He doesn't see what I see. He doesn't see the importance and the beauty in what I'm trying to create. I have to do this, George. I have to make this perfect. Work with me. We can do this together.
And what then? What happens when it is perfect? Will you finally be happy?
He has a point. I don't know. I don't know what will happen then. I don't know, George, okay, but I'll have to try.
At what cost? Your health? Your relationships? Your sanity?
I've never seen him like this before. He's usually so calm, so passive. You know, he doesn't understand that there's no reason to get so angry about my health, or my relationships, or my sanity, or whatever the hell shit he's going on about, because the truth is, none of that matters to me. The only thing that matters to me is my art. And I want him to join me in it. He steps forward, raising his finger at me, accusing me.
You're being selfish. You're not only hurting yourself, but you're hurting the people who care about you.
I shout back. We don't have time for this, George. Okay, we have work to do. He grabs my shoulder and spins me around.
You're not listening to me. I'm not joining you in this madness. I am saving you from it. I have watched you destroy yourself like this, and I have said nothing. You belittle my career, pretending as though it doesn't exist. And you live in this fantasy of you and I painting in this hovel forevermore. Enough is enough.
And then everything changes. Everything changes. For a brief moment, everything is silent and slow. I can still see him, but I can't hear him. My mind is racing at 1,000 miles an hour. Because everything is clicked. Everything is clicked into place. Wait a minute. He's jealous. He is jealous. He's jealous of my success, my acclaim, and now he's trying to sabotage my career. He cannot stand it. He cannot stand that I'm finally succeeding, and he won't join me because he wants to be me. And now he's trying to make me give up on my art. He's trying to make me doubt myself. He is trying to convince me that I've gone mad. He is trying to drag me down with him to his level of complete non-entity, his state of absolute mediocrity. And I let him know it. I understand now, George. I understand what this is about. You envy me. Yes, you envy me because you can't create anything great. Because you are worth nothing. You are nothing. He doesn't speak. He barely reacts. Instead, he turns away and walks towards the studio door. How dare he? How dare he turn away from me like that? Does he not understand who I am? What I have achieved, what I will achieve. Come back, George, I say, but he keeps walking and walking. The anger boils inside of me. I can feel my heart beating. George, come back now! But he keeps walking. I can't take this any longer. I need him to know how wrong he is, how lucky he is to know someone with the work ethic and the talent and the vision that I have. I need him to know. I need him to know how worthless he is to me. I grab the closest thing with an arm switch and I throw it under his head. It hits its target perfectly, and it shatters through the air. He falls to his knees, his body twitching. I walk over towards him, and I stand above him. I don't move. I don't call for help. I just perhaps his mortal self is too weak for my work. Maybe that's it. Maybe, in order to understand what we can achieve together, he must be free of his physical form and become true creativity itself. Nothing but concept and thought. Yes. I must free him. I must free him of his fleshy imprisonment. I roll him over with my foot. It doesn't take much, do it? He's writhing and pulsating. He's doing most of the work himself. His eyes have rolled into the back of his head. The spit runs from his mouth. It is a thing of beauty. I grab a paintbrush and I hold the blunt end of it over his eye. I place one hand on top of the other and I push down hard Through his eye socket and into his brain, it takes some force. There is some resistance, but with a crack. It sinks straight through. Blood flows from the wound. Blood and pus and so much besides. His body goes still. And the room is silent. I've saved him. I have freed him. I am his saviour. My hands catch my eye in the moonlight, all bloodied and wet. The crimson colour, the texture, it is beautiful. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. It is art. I grab the brush and I dip it into the blood. And I drag it along a clean canvas. The brush glides like silk. The blood creating the most beautiful red I've ever seen. It is mesmerizing. It is beyond art. This is the moment I've been waiting for. This is the moment where everything comes together. The moment where my dreams and my reality sing together in one glorious harmony. That you owed me an apology for not explaining what I needed to do. But what I didn't understand, George, and what I now understand, is that this had to be the way. I was lost. I was misguided, but you enabled me to figure it all out on my own. And now here we are, finally, creating truly wondrous art together, just like we always dreamed. The greatest accomplishment that the modern world has ever seen. Until we grow old and weak. Until I can no longer bend my fingers around the brush. You sat there in your chair, unmoving, but never looking away, a watchful eye. And me, stood here, behind the easel like a true artist. Thanks to you, George, this painting has soul. It does not simply represent humanity, it is humanity. It is you. And through you, it is all of us. I can hear your groans and your whispers and your cries, but they will do you no good. You cannot leave until our work is done, nor can I. We are bound to our work. And we must keep working on and on and on, never sleeping, never breathing. We must work on and on and on until the sun bursts and humanity burns. Only then will they understand. Only then will they deserve it. And only then will we be released. But for now, it sits there, waiting to be completed.